So when I had thoughts of leaving corporate, I just knew that I wanted to have my laptop and work from anywhere in the world. I wanted to be my own boss. I'd had enough of having a boss. I wanted to run my own business and open my laptop anywhere, poolside, beachside, wherever, just anywhere in the world. And anywhere in the world for me has turned out to be Grenada most of the time. Excuse me if there's mango in my teeth. I've just had one, but it is what it is. But this whole thought of wanting to be, anywhere in the world for me probably came from a line that I remember hearing. I was about 17 at the time. I don't know who said it. I can't remember who said it, where I heard it. But I just remember the phrase. I've looked it up since to try and find out where I may have heard it, and I ain't got a clue. But the phrase was child of the nation, citizen of the world. And that has stayed with me my entire life. I know that you need visas to go certain places. There's travel restrictions and whatnot. But in my mind, the world is ours. And if you find somewhere you love, then if that's your place, stay there. That's how I've always seen it. And it probably stemmed from the fact that since I was 3 years old, I was coming to Grenada. When I was 10 years old, my parents sold up and came here. And so I came out here to live until I decided to go back when I was 21. Prior to coming here, Trinidad was like our second place that we would go to. Went to France, went to Germany. And for me, the world was about travel and seeing new things. And maybe that's why corporate never really fit for me, because sitting in an office, having to ask and negotiate for annual leave, hated it. I would book my ticket and say, well, it's booked. I'm going, deal with it. I'll suffer the consequences after. But I never liked those kind of restrictions. And so as much as I love my job, I was able to do it. I am my own boss. I'm able to work from, I say anywhere in the world, but anywhere in the world is Grenada. And that comes with responsibilities. I'm in Grenada right now. My thoughts are with my children because they're in the UK. When I'm in the UK, my thoughts are with my parents because I'm not here to support them. And that's why anywhere in the world has become Grenada, because this is where my parents are. They're up there in age and they need support. So I'm going to do as much as I can. And I think that's why I tried to stress so much that I talk about freedom and, doing your own thing, no restraints, no constraints. However, freedom does still come with responsibility. And freedom is not just about having no rules and being able to do whatever the hell you want. That could be it. But freedom is really about options. I could have been working from home today, having to do the 9 to 5 and knowing that, I have to wait until the next bank holiday or when I can negotiate leave with a colleague in order to get out. I don't have to do that anymore. So in that way, I have the option to work when I want to. I've been able to run away today and come down to the beach because I just felt that I needed the salt water on my bones and the breeze in my hair. And I've been able to do that. Couldn't do that if I was working a 9 to 5. And it really just showed me, how we have to take matters into our own hands when it comes to finding our freedom. And that was the reason why I knew that I had to leave corporate, because I knew that if there was something that I really wanted to do in my life, I was going to do it and nothing was going to stand in my way. And my life has kind of been a series of that. There's been lots of things that I've conformed to, that I've done out of duty, out of responsibility. But there really does come a point, I think, in my life when it's come to relationships, my career, where you look at it, whatever that was, you look at it and you think, I'm done. I'm done being the nice person. It needs to change. And I think the reason why I've been able to make that change for me is because my life has been a series of changes. So, coming out to Grenada when I was young, leaving and going back to the UK, changes that I've made in my personal life. When it gets to a point where I know that this is not the path that I'm meant to be on, it's going to stop and it's going to change. I can only conform I can only conform for so long. It's kind of like the river always finding its path. If this is not the path I'm meant to be walking, there is a time when I'm going to say, halt, I'm jumping off this train. And so when it comes to you, your version of freedom, remember I say freedom is about options. So your version of freedom might not look like mine, but you have to think about what could you do if there were no constraints, if there were no restraints, if there was no one else pulling the strings and you didn't feel as if you had to do things for other people. What exactly would you be doing right now? And one of the things that is or could be stopping you from living the life of freedom that you want, the life of options, is that one salary. There's nothing wrong in working a corporate job, although for me, it wasn't for me. There's nothing wrong as long as you maintain options. And the only way that you can maintain options is not being restricted to that one salary. How can you use your skills to generate alternative streams of income so that you are not constrained, so that you are not tied to that corporate job that is pulling the strings? Because if something changed tomorrow, leadership change, restructuring, government change, your job might go. Where does it leave you? And this is why you have to start making sure that you are pulling the strings, that you are creating options for yourself before the options are made for you, and you have to move through fear. This is why I talk about the KESS equation. That's your knowledge, experience, and skills. If not for leveraging those, I wouldn't be able to have done what I have. So think about what skills you have, what experience you have, what knowledge you have. How is it valuable outside of the space that you're currently working in? If you can't see it, or if you can kind of see it, but you're not sure what to do with it, let's have a chat. Because you deserve to live and design your life the way you want it. It's time to own your wings.